Right now at 6, ousted Chancellor Joe Gao makes his case to keep his faculty job at UWL.
And voters in Minnesota will be able to hit the voting booths early.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
You know, we were supposed to have parade to light up La Crescent yesterday to really kick off Applefest. We've got
Right.
Oktoberfest a week away.
That's right.
And we're going to need some dry conditions, and hoping Greg can provide those after yesterday's bit of a washout in the evening.
Yeah, typically we had the rainfall that came through. It seems like a common thing is Thursday evening storms, and that's been the case that we've had. Otherwise, we had a warm stretch of weather. But right now, for this evening, really is going to be pleasant conditions, a little bit lower humidity. Otherwise, definitely don't minus the wind chills there. That's an air there. We're not going to have a wind chill, obviously. But 61, 65 degrees, getting back down to 61. Overall, we're going to be a little bit cooler tonight, basically, just because of lower dew points, lower humidity, but still above average. A lot more 50s and a few 60s. A lot of these temperatures in the colder spots definitely should be in the 40s for this time of year. So the warm stretch of weather is going to be coming, and yes, the fall colors are starting to show up a little bit more. We'll kind of break down really what it's going to look like as we go into the first day of fall this weekend, because we're going to flip from summer Saturday to fall Sunday, and that's not just the actual astronomical thing. We're dealing with the temperatures that are going to feel more fall. We'll explain that a bit later.
Oh, a quick little switcheroo.
Yeah.
All right, the flannel's going to come in handy
It
then.
is.
Thank you, Greg.
Former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao is fighting for his job in front of a UW Board of Regents committee in Madison today.
Yeah, UWL fired him as chancellor last December for making pornographic content with his wife. And then in June, a UWL faculty committee recommended the UW Board of Regents fire him from his faculty job. News 8 Now's Michael Germain was at the hearing. He's got the details.
Today's hearing looked vastly different compared to the last time we saw Joe Gao in Onalaska. Firstly, today he was represented by a lawyer, and that the hearing today lasted under an hour. There is still no final decision whether former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao will keep his tenure, and no solid timeline when the committee will make their decision. Since the Board of Regents fired him as chancellor in 2023, he's been on paid leave from his faculty position. He says after the roughly 45-minute hearing, he was disappointed that he heard no input from the board.
That indicates to me that they're not really interested in learning the full truth, and very disappointing. You know.
The university argued Gao's actions negatively affected both the reputation and enrollment of the university. Gao argued his actions had the opposite effect.
This year, UWL has the largest first-year class in the history of the university, and I was there for, 17 years, and we worked really hard on that, and I knew all along one professor is not going to impact enrollment.
Gao's lawyer, Mark Leitner, told the committee his client was simply following his First Amendment right.
I just heard, I think, that the First Amendment is a hyper-technical argument. I hope that this panel believes it's something more than a hyper-technical argument. It's not a hyper-technical argument. It goes to the heart of what we're all about in this state and in this country.
Whatever decision the committee makes will be final, and we'll continue to update you both on air and online. Reporting in Madison, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
Yeah, the committee members did not ask Gao any questions at this hearing, and the full Board of Regents could make an official decision perhaps next week.
A workshop in the township of Nelson is considered a total loss following a structure fire. According to a release, the Buffalo County Sheriff's Office received a call of a structure fire on Mike Varnick Road last night. When crews arrived, they found a large workshop fully engulfed in flames. Fire crews were able to prevent the fire from spreading, but the building surrounding the shop sustained heat damage. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
The Vernon County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying a motorcyclist who fled from officers last Sunday. Authorities have shared these photos of the driver, and they say the person was on U.S. Highway 14 north of Viroqua during the time of the getaway. If you have information on their description or potential whereabouts, contact the Sheriff's Office at that number on your screen.
Early voting is now underway in Minnesota. Minnesotans have 3 voting options this year: in person on Election Day or early voting either in person or by mail. Each ballot has a tracking code, and all mail-in ballots must reach election officials by 8 p.m. on Election Day to count. And in Wisconsin, clerks yesterday began mailing absentee ballots to voters who've requested them. Wisconsin voters have until 5 p.m. on the Thursday before Election Day to request a ballot.
And as those ballots are going out, Wisconsin Supreme Court will decide whether Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s name will stay on the ballots. Kennedy suspended his campaign last month and is trying to get his name off in battleground states. A Dane County judge has said state law means candidates have to stay on unless they die. The Wisconsin Supreme Court will be making a decision without hearing arguments.
Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris is back in the Badger State tonight for a campaign rally in Madison. It's the vice president's 4th visit to Wisconsin and the first to the capital city since announcing her campaign. Air Force Two landed earlier, and she'll take the stage around 6:30 p.m. at the Alliant Energy Center. The visit follows a recent Marquette Law School poll showing Harris with a 52-48 lead among registered Wisconsin voters.
About 3 million older people a year go to the ER after a fall. That's according to the CDC. A La Crosse County group is working to reduce those numbers. This morning, the Fall Prevention Coalition hosted a free event at the Concordia Ballroom in honor of Falls Prevention Awareness Week. It offered health screenings, an indoor walking path, and expert advice on staying steady. One educator says people don't realize the risk a fall can pose.
Folks don't realize how often the first responders are responding to folks that have fallen in their homes, out in the community, people that just need a lift assist. And so it's a big part of our daily calls. And so we're heavily involved in this conversation to help mitigate risk.
If you didn't make today's event, there is another one tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That'll be also at Concordia Ballroom.
Well, tonight is week 5 of the Friday Night Frenzy, almost to the halfway point of the season. And joining us now is Cade Overton from Dairyland Country. Cade.
Yeah, that's right. Halfway point at halftime of this game tonight. I'm here at Pepin High School where the Pepin Alma Eagles get a big-time matchup against the Blair Taylor Wildcats. Both teams are 2-0 in conference play, but only one will leave still without a loss. Coming up later in the show, hear from future Hall of Fame head coach Mike Olson of the Eagles to see what he has to say about his team. That's at 6, or that's later in the show, and then at 10, we've got the Friday Night Frenzy with all of the highlights, so be sure to tune in. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, exciting stuff. Thank you, Cade.
The war between Israel and Lebanon is now escalating.
A targeted attack in Lebanon injures thousands. We'll have details when we come back.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
It can be backbreaking work all day, every day, pretty much on your feet. So it burns me up when Eric Hovde says people in Wisconsin don't work hard. The guy is a multi-millionaire California banker. He has absolutely no idea what we're going through. He's living the high life out there in a big fancy house. He even brags about being in the 1%. Listen, don't come here and tell us we're not working hard when we are just getting by. Eric Hovde doesn't respect us at all. The guy's a straight-up jerk. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
As we reported a few minutes ago, Vice President and presidential candidate Kamala Harris is making a campaign stop in the capital city, Madison, tonight. She is just taking the stage at the Alliant Energy Center. This is a live look inside the Alliant Energy Center, and we're going to hear a little bit from what the VP has to say on the campaign trail.
So here we are. All right, we got work to do. 46 days until the election. 46 days until the election. And what we know, this is going to be a tight race until the very end. So let's not pay too much attention to the polls, because let's be clear, we are the underdog in this race, and we have some hard work ahead of us. But here's the thing, we like hard work. We like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work. And with your help in November, we will win. We will win. So, some of you might have seen the debate last week that I had with Donald Trump. It was fun. And I talked about issues that matter to families across America, like bringing down the cost of living, investing in America's small businesses, protecting reproductive freedom, and keeping our nation safe and secure. But that is not what we heard from Donald Trump. Instead, it was the same old tired show.
So again, that's Vice President Kamala Harris at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison on the campaign trail. This is her fourth trip to Wisconsin since she announced her candidacy after President Joe Biden stepped aside on the trail. We'll have more from Harris's visit to Madison later on at 10.
Well, more news ahead, but first.
Nice conditions for tonight and for some Saturday, but we are dealing with another round of showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon before fall arrives, and that means the temperatures are going to drop for Sunday. We'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ashley knows that some of our most important traditions and memories start around the dining table. From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, we have versatile options that fit any space, with styles ranging from mid-century modern to farmhouse or traditional, starting at just $499.99. Only at Ashley.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue.
Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a family. all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
No doubt about that. We got your back.
He told us who he was.
Should abortion be punished?
There has to be some form of punishment.
Then he showed us.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Now Donald Trump wants to go further with plans to restrict birth control, ban abortion nationwide, even monitor women's pregnancies. We know who Donald Trump is. He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers mattresses for every level of comfort, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. We have affordable mattress options for everybody. Find your perfect match today, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Yeah, as we go into the last few days, really, of summer, we're going to deal with some summer-like conditions. We felt it for today, and we're going to see it for Saturday. But then fall arrives on Sunday, and that's just not astronomical. We're going to actually deal with the temperatures falling too. Yesterday, here's a line of showers and thunderstorms that came through with that front. That has kind of pushed to the east. Generally nice conditions here, and then we're tracking the next system, which is very visible just on basically northern Montana, and that's the one that'll be actually given to push to the area towards Saturday and provide us with the next opportunity for showers and thunderstorms along with the front. Cooler air behind that one, but it's also going to combine with a system that'll be developing in Kansas and the southern plains. Both of those will be coming near our area and providing our weather, and eventually the winds turning around to the north, which will give us our cooler temperatures on Sunday. But for tonight, really mild still conditions, a little bit cooler than last night, but still above average. Cloud cover will start increasing probably late tonight because we do have a system approaching ahead of that. There's some weak little waves that'll provide maybe a shower or sprinkle opportunity for areas north of I-94. Right there you can see some activity there developing after 8 a.m. to about 9 p.m. So there could be a few showers north of Eau Claire. Just Ladysmith would be only impacted by that. That'll then continue through the morning hours. Meanwhile, the area to the south will climb back up in the 70s by 10 a.m. with that wind beginning to pick up a little bit out of the southeast. Towards the afternoon should be good. We're looking at about maybe after about 2, we'll start seeing showers and thunderstorms developing along the front that'll be coming through about getting close to Minneapolis about that point. And then between about 3 to 6, we're going to see really showers and thunderstorms developing ahead of it. Now there could be some lines with this. There could be just individual storms, but occasional or scattered in nature as they come through. 5, 6, 7. We're going to watch some of these. They do have the potential to maybe produce some gusty winds, small hail, given this is really at the daytime eating, so that should help these get a little bit stronger than you would expect. Not expecting severe as they come through, but then by the time we get to about 7, I think Eau Claire, then it'll be fine for the rest of the night right there. By about 8 or 8:30, given that time frame, La Crosse will probably be fine. It'll push to the east and then push further to the south. So we do have another opportunity similar to what we had for Thursday, maybe not quite widespread or strong, but we are going to see those come through. So Saturday activities, definitely want to pay attention as it comes through. Those are your highs tomorrow. Upper 80s ahead of the front, so it's going to be quite warm out there for most areas. Minus up to the north, we'll have more clouds and a few showers, but otherwise another warm day. Behind that, the winds turn around to the north. These are the highs for Sunday. Now, it's quite a bit of drop, but actually they're not that far off from average for this time of year, really. We've been about 10 to 15 degrees above average for the last week. Really, it's because that system comes through, the winds turn around to the north. The good news with the winds turn around, they're going to keep some of this drier air in place, so it's going to keep that system to the south and the rain really south of the area. I think once you get close to the Wisconsin River and south, that's where you'll see the rain. Otherwise, areas for Sunday, really just going to see cloud cover with maybe a few showers, but overall, the trend has been drier. But look at those temperatures as we go throughout next week. We're going to see temperatures then get back up into the mild conditions in midweek, mid-70s going through the weekend. So we're just going to get through that drop, and yes, fall starts on Sunday, and you definitely will feel it with the temperatures coming back to where they really should be. That's not that far off. So that's the good news. The good news also with the rain, it's further south. Those areas to the north probably won't see much. That means for the parade Sunday,
it should be okay.
Cloud cover, maybe a few sprinkles, but I think overall,
nothing too extreme.
The temperatures will be with a big difference.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the frenzy is upon us. Another week of area high school football. Kate Overton live at one of the biggest games of the night with Dairyland Conference positioning up for grabs. We're back after this.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash plus a free limited maintenance plan on Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
We found out our baby had severe fetal abnormalities and that my life was at risk. But Wisconsin Republicans' extreme abortion ban forced us to leave the state to get the care that I needed. It was a nightmare. Eric Hovde pushed to end Roe v. Wade. And in the Senate, Hovde would give Mitch McConnell the majority to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of women like me. What is wrong with these guys?
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, it is another picture-perfect night for football, and we'll have a ton of highlights for you tonight at 10, so make sure to check back in with us later. But right now, our own Kate Overton is up in Pepin getting ready for an important matchup between the Eagles and Blair Taylor. And Kate, does it feel like a big game is in store?
My matchup here for the Dairyland Conference. I'm here at Pepin High School where the Pepin Alma Eagles are hosting the Blair Taylor Wildcats. Both teams 2-0 in conference play, but only one will leave with a win tonight. Now I'm joined by Hall of Fame head coach of the Pepin Alma Eagles, Mike Olson. Coach, you guys are riding, from my count, a 19-game conference win streak. You're back-to-back conference champions, and here you are going for 3-0 in conference this year. How do you get the guys ready for conference play year after year?
Well, you don't look too far ahead. I mean, it's one play at a time, one game at a time. Just concentrate on what you can do at that time and try to be as prepared as we can. So that kind of mentality, we go in, game in, game out, year in, year out.
Like most high school teams, you lose a couple of guys every year. I know you had a couple of big losses from last season. A couple of seniors graduated, but you're back. You've rebuilt the team already. Who are some of the guys we should look for tonight?
In our backfield, Liam Midthoven, fullback's been getting a lot of carries, a lot of yards. Reed Boxell, halfback's been doing a great job for us. Owen Post is our wingback. He's been catching the ball and running the ball a lot. And then Trenton Choska, our quarterback, would be the guys on offense. And Bretton Hollepeter, he is our big offensive guard who's kind of leading the way for all of them.
So now on the other side of the ball for the Wildcats, they've got a really good quarterback, Tavian Schramek. How's your defense going to slow him down tonight to make sure you guys can get a win?
We need to limit the big plays. We need to tackle in space and just try to make them snap the ball again because they're an explosive offense. So we got to try and slow them down.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck tonight. We've got a bunch of other games tonight, so be sure to tune into the Friday Night Frenzy. But I think we've got a play of the week. Jacob, is that right?
Yes, we do, Kate. Thank you very much and good stuff. It's time to reveal the winner of the latest edition of the News 8 Play of the Week. And I agree with the people. How could it not be Felipe Carvalho? How many bicycle kicks? Not sure we'll see here in this segment. So an appropriate winner, I think, guys. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that is
the second we saw it. I mean, that's a dot.
We had to think it was.
Felipe is probably flipping for joy right now, or kicking for joy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks,
quite the acrobat. Thanks, Jacob.
All right, we'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Lay's, kettle cooked or rolled gold, $1.99. Bacon wrapped sirloins, $2.99. and strawberries, just $1.99. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 Denali models. That's over $6,400 in average finance savings.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
All right, there's a rain coverage for tomorrow. It ramps up towards the afternoon and evening. Might be similar to what we saw for Thursday evening, maybe just not quite as strong. So something to keep in mind for your Saturday afternoon activities. It definitely picks up after about 3 through the evening. Your fall arrives on Sunday. So do the temperatures arrive on Sunday with 60s, maybe 70.
Woo. That's pretty cool that it times out when the season's
I know
actually shifting.
exactly on the day it's supposed to.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.